How's it going, guys? Day 5, I believe we're on today for our small account challenge. Week number 2. Today's Monday, and we'll do our recap, our daily recap. So today was actually a really, really frustrating day for me. It was one of the most frustrating days that I've had in a while when it comes to trading, and mostly because it was out of my control. And you work really, really hard to be diligent and manage your risk, and you stay disciplined to your strategy, and all those things are great, and things are going well, but all of a sudden something happens out of your control, and that can be very, very frustrating because it's hard enough to make profits in the market, but when things occur that are out of your control that have nothing to do with the technical pattern or momentum, it can make life very difficult. So today, what had happened was I was actually having a great day to start off. You can see here, was trading BLNK, and that's where most of the profits or losses came initially. So you can see right here had a really nice move, up, about 39% on the day, which is pretty crazy. So I got in, and I believe I got in right about here to start off with. So we got in. You can see it makes a nice move up, break out of the opening range, and then it makes a pullback. I got in essentially on a bull flag breakout, and it popped up. I took a starter and then added to it, and that led to me being up about $550 on the day. So it was great. I started off on my small account. I started off with 3,500 to start the day, and so I was up at about four grand in a small account. That's awesome, right? So I was feeling pretty good. I was very tentative about taking anything else on the day because I didn't want to give back my profit. So I was trying to remain patient. There was a double top on the 5 minute chart, and I saw it. You still had momentum, and so I ended up taking it. I don't know if that was the spot there, but anyways, regardless, there was a double top on the 5 minute chart. Don't want to spend too much time going over the specifics on it, but there was a double top, and so it false broke out. It was at 60 was the breakout point, and then it ended up popping through the double top, hit 65, rejected, came back down. I ended up getting out of the trade, giving back some of my profits, not all of it. I managed the trade. I was frustrated with it nonetheless, but I was still green on the day, and I was okay with that. But the real downer on the day came. Where was it? Yeah, see, so I was looking at a later chart there. So the real downer on the day came right here. See this giant volume candle right here at 11:35. Okay. So went from a high of 30.51 to a low of 27.61. And what happened was CITRON came out with a headline that said essentially this company is worthless, and it should be down at $10. And as soon as that headline came out, the algorithms jump in and they see this headline and they sell instantly. And I was taking this trade. I got in for a bounce off the VWAP. It came back in and held the VWAP, started to push up, was breaking out through the pivot. And so it was right about here. I was like, okay, everything's looking okay, the way it should. And then boom, that comes out and literally drops. Like I said, I think it was 2.5 points, and I had 500 shares. So, I went from being up 500 early in the day, and then I don't know if I think it was up maybe 300, and then I went to being down 700 on the day, just like that. And that's out of my control, right? I can't control what happens, what Citron does. And to be honest, it's really frustrating that they're even able to do that because they can obviously dictate what's going on in the market just by releasing a headline like that. And clearly it didn't hold any weight because it held the bottom lows of where it dropped in, came up and scorched the rest of the day. So, that's super frustrating, right? Like, I remained disciplined, like I said, patient, and it was up on the day, had, been working last week, gaining all the profits that I had, and I just gave them all back because I was down 700 on the day. And so because that's out of your control, it's extremely frustrating. I've been lying to you if I told you that I wasn't frustrated and I didn't get emotional about that. What I'm happy about, though, is being able to, you rekindle my emotional discrepancies that I was having, and feeling a little bit scattered, and obviously a little bit angry, but settling down and saying, okay, you know what, we're just going to see if there's some more opportunities that come about. $100 here, $100 there, $400, and then, got back to, as we can see right here, positive 17. Now I did trade probably about 10,000 shares. So my commissions are probably going to, make this red in terms of what the realized gain or loss is going to be. It's going to be a little bit of loss. But technically it's a green day on what we traded. So the green streak is still alive, but tomorrow will probably, my equity be probably around 3,500 to start the day. So it's, like I said, I'm happy with the fact that I was able to come back and get myself into a position where tomorrow I can, go about my business and not be trying to make up losses from yesterday. So that's the positive. The frustration is that I was at, about 4,000 growing the account, which is great, would have been awesome. And, the fact that we have Thanksgiving this week, meaning that the markets are going to be closed and I'm going to have less opportunities this week. It is a downer, but I have to look at the positive side was that I was able to come back and make the most of the day. Frustrating side is that I was out of my control and I followed my rules and it didn't matter. And that's going to happen from time to time. We do have to understand that when we're in the market, there is a chance. But that's why, for me, I don't trade pre-market. I don't trade after hours. I trade during market hours so that I can avoid a lot of those catalysts that come out. But CITRON apparently doesn't give a about that. So you can't win every day. Like you said, this chart is obviously a great chart, but it still found a way to like you said, look at this volume, right? Highest volume candle of the day. And I could have potentially tried to hold this. You could easily say, well, why don't you just hold it here? But if I'm holding 500 shares and it's dropping down here to 2761 in a small account, if I'm down 1,500, 2,000 bucks, that takes me out of my 6 times leverage, and this account's pretty much done. So you have to be smart about it, right? That's where the risk management is crucial when you're trying to be a successful trader. So I'm going to hone in on that tomorrow again. And tomorrow's a new day.